Hey everyone, welcome to Ask Adwords. I'm Alex.
And I'm Joe.
Got a few more questions to answer this week. As always, if you have any questions you want us to answer on the show about anything, AdWords related, hopefully, send them in over social media using the hashtag AskAdwords, or just leave a comment in this video. You decide the content of this show, so send in as many questions as you like. So let's get started with the first one, which reads, my AdWords campaign isn't showing my analytics reports. What could be the reason for that?
So this is a question that I often get on the phone. I get a lot of calls about analytics, and there are times when there are clicks from AdWords that for some reason don't register in analytics. So there are a couple ways to troubleshoot this. It's honestly, we'd have to look at it on an individual basis, but the first thing that I would look for is to make sure that auto tagging is turned on. Make sure that that name tag basically that's placed, so when they click on your ad, it goes to analytics. Analytics is able to understand, okay, that person came from AdWords. The second thing I would check is make sure that there isn't a redirect in your URL that's actually stripping that tag off. Again, we want to make sure that Analytics is able to understand that person came from AdWords. The third thing I would check is make sure that you have the correct code pasted on every single page of your website in the correct spot. If all three of those things check out, definitely give us a call, but that's a great question and a good way to try to troubleshoot exactly what's going on. Second question is, my reports show 3 clicks but 1 impression. How could that be?
Another question with 3 possible answers. So if this is happening to you, one common scenario that I see is that you're looking at the data for the same day. The clicks and the impressions actually report at different times. There's different time lags for when the clicks and the impressions come in. So if you're looking at just the today view in your account, you might see more clicks than impressions. And that's just because the impressions statistics haven't updated yet. So check back in 24 hours. If the issue is not resolved, then could be two other things. Potentially, one of them is that you have a user who's shopping around. And by that I mean they're clicking on an ad, looking at a website, clicking back, clicking on another ad. A lot of browsers cache the Google search results, and when that happens, the system does not actually record multiple impressions. So that's another really common reason why this can happen. The final reason why this could happen is because the user could actually be clicking on multiple parts of your ad. So maybe they're clicking on a site link, maybe they're clicking on the headline. And in one interaction, I should say, you'll never be charged for more than 2 clicks on your ad, though. The rest would be filtered out as invalid clicks. Those are the 3 very common scenarios. If that doesn't address, if that answer doesn't satisfy, again, just give us a call and we'll look at your individual case. The most common one is just that you're looking at the day's view and you need to give it about 24 hours to update. Final question is, I have a promotional code for AdWords, but it's asking me to input my bank details first. Do I have to do that?
The basic answer to your question is yes. You have to input promotional code in addition to banking information. You could put banking first and then do promotional code later, but banking details have to be in there before the promotional code, and Alex is going to talk about the philosophy behind that.
The reason why mostly is because on AdWords, after your promotional code is used up, your ads are going to continue to run unless you've scheduled them to be paused, or you go in and manually pause them, whatever it may be. But in most scenarios, your ads are just going to continue to run, and if your ads continue to run after the promotional code and there's no bank account, there's nowhere to charge the money. So that's the main reason why we require that.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching this Ask AdWords episode. If you have future questions, please feel free to use the hashtag AskAdwords on any social media site. We'll find it and maybe put your question on the show. Have a good one.
See ya.
Well, I'm actually really glad this question came in. This is a newer feature. Review extensions is different than seller ratings, where you would say 50 reviews for 4.5 stars. This is actually a specific quote that you can put into your ad text. Now, you can't just say I'm the best from Aunt Sally. That's not going to work. What you're going to need to do is get a quote from an actual reputable source. So if a newspaper